Hello students, now we are going for the next topic, that is photoelectric effect. Before photoelectric effect, I want to tell you about the bond energy, that what is bond energy. So what is bond energy actually? Bond energy. So if there is a bond between two atoms, like A2 is a molecule and this is a bond. Okay, so the energy required to break the bond, it is called bond energy. Okay, the amount of energy required to break this bond, it is called bond energy. Suppose if we are giving this molecule, this is a molecule A2 and this is a bond. Maybe it is ionic or covalent bond. So the bond required to break a energy required to break a bond, it is called bond energy. Suppose we are providing it energy is equals to h nu, or we are providing energy equal to the energy of photon. Okay, according to Planck quantum theory, the energy of photon is equals to h nu. So if we are providing it the energy equal to energy of photon, then in that case the bond may be possible that it will break or not break. Why is it? Because it is not possible that any bond can be break by using the energy equal to the energy of photon. May be possible that some bonds are weaker, that they can break with the energy lesser than energy of photon, or may they require large amount of energy as compared to energy of photon. So the bond energy is equivalent to the energy required to break bonds, or we can say in chemistry we are taking a particular amount, so we are just using the definition that energy required to break 1 mole of bond is called bond energy. Now let's consider, suppose we are providing here energy to break the bond is equals to h nu, which is equal to the energy of 1 photon. So if the required bond energy it is greater than the energy of photon, means we require more amount of energy as compared to the energy of photon, and we are providing here only energy of photon, then in that case the bond will not break, because we require more energy to break the bond. If the bond energy is equal to the energy of photon, means whatever we are providing the energy, the bond energy is equivalent to that energy and the bond will break. That means on providing h nu energy, the bond will break. That means bond energy is equal to energy of photon. In this case, the bond will just break. And if the energy of photon it is greater than the bond energy, that means we are providing large amount of energy as compared to the bond energy. In that case, the bond will break, as well as the extra amount of energy get converted into the kinetic energy of the electrons, or kinetic energy of the atom or molecules. Okay, molecule is not there, kinetic energy of atom. Means whatever the particle are here, we are breaking the bond, the excess amount of energy get converted into the kinetic energy. So this is all about the bond energy. So what is bond energy? Bond energy is the amount of energy required to break 1 mole of bond. Okay, now let's come to a topic, that is photoelectric effect. This effect was first of all studied by Hertz. What he did, he took an electric discharge tube. This means this tube like a structure, it is the discharge tube. This is the discharge tube. Okay. Now he fixed 2 electrodes at the end of the discharge tube. Okay. And here then both the electrodes, they may be connected to a battery source, means so that we can distinguish them cathode as well as anode. You can connect over here, no problem. If you are connecting here cell or battery, simple cell or battery, no problem. Of low voltage you can connect, no problem. Okay, then suppose we are connecting the battery or cell of very lesser voltage, that the cell or battery is not sufficient to provide here the sufficient amount of current to make the bulb glow. Maybe possible, because the bulb may be of more watt and the cell or battery is having lesser voltage. So in this case, one of the electrode is considered as cathode and second one is anode. At cathode, the electrode which was taken, it was made up of a metal, that is highly electropositive metal, like cesium, potassium, rubidium, like that we are taking the highly electropositive element. Among the periodic table, the highest electropositive element is the cesium. So it was taken. Why cesium is taken, I will tell you later. Afterwards, what he did, he was continuously, he take the incident radiations of a particular wavelength and he was continuously striking the radiations over the metallic surface. And he saw that as soon as he struck the radiation, electrons were emitted from the metallic surface and they start moving towards the anode. These electrons which were emitted as a result of striking of radiation, they are called photoelectrons because they are getting a particular amount of energy from here and then they get emitted from the atoms of the metal, that is cesium, highly electropositive metal, and they get emitted and they were moving towards the anode and we saw that the bulb start glowing. That means there was a current flowing in the circuit due to these photoelectrons and that current was called photoelectric current or photocurrent. Now why he took cesium? Cesium is a highly electropositive element. Its size is too much bigger. So due to more atomic size, the electron from the outermost valence shell, it can be easily ejected by providing the energy. So what happens? The electron get emitted. Okay. This effect is called photoelectric effect. So what is photoelectric effect? As soon as the incident radiations of a particular wavelength, means radiations of particular wavelength strike over the surface, highly electropositive metallic surface, the electrons are emitted and the current begins to flow in a circuit. Such type of effect is called photoelectric effect because the current or electricity is due to the flow of photoelectrons due to the striking of light. He told that there is no time lag between the striking of radiation and the emission of electrons. So afterwards, he told that this phenomena is based on the particle nature of the light. So actually the light over here, it is showing the particle nature. That's why the electrons are emitting. Okay. Now next one, he also told that the rate of emission of the photoelectrons, it is also directly proportional to the intensity of light radiation which incident over the metallic surface. So if the light radiations of more intensity means more energy or more frequency will fall over the metallic surface, then the electrons will more easily and more fastly emitted from the metallic surface. He told that the kinetic energy of electrons increases as soon as the frequency of the frequency or energy of the incident radiation increases. That means if we are providing the radiations of more energy, then electrons will be emitting at a very high speed. Why he is using the term frequency over here? E is equals to h nu and E is equals to hc upon lambda. So if the frequency will be more, then that means the energy radiations of the radiations are having the high energy and lesser wavelength. Okay, so as soon as the radiation of high frequency, high energy or lower wavelength are allowed to strike over the metallic surface, the electrons begins to emit or kinetic energy of electron increases. Now next one, he told that he used some terms in the photoelectric effect like the threshold frequency, threshold wavelength and work function. Now let's come to the point that what is work function. Work function actually the minimum amount of energy. Suppose the light is moving, okay, light is going to strike and the energy of the photons that are going to strike over the metallic surface, let's consider the energy of photon is EP. It is not sure, we are not sure that the energy of photon, that is the energy of one photon is h nu, that this amount of energy is sufficient to eject the electron from a metallic surface. That's why he told that that minimum amount of energy which is required to just eject the electron from the metallic surface, that minimum amount of energy is called work function. Okay. So if the value of work function, that is W naught, the work function is represented by W naught. If the value of work function is W naught and it is greater than the energy of photon, means we are providing the light equal to the energy of photon, we are providing the energy equal to energy of photon, and the electron emission require more amount of energy. In that case, the electron will not get emitted. If we are providing the energy equal to the work function, then the electron just emit from the surface of the metal. And if we are providing work function or the minimum energy required, it is lesser than the energy of photon, then what happened? Because here we are providing the energy equal to energy of photon and the metallic surface require lesser amount of energy than energy of photon, then the electrons get emitted easily, as well as the excess amount of energy, means the remaining energy of photon, it get converted into the kinetic energy of electrons, and electrons start moving towards the anode. Okay, so this is the work function. So what is work function? Minimum amount of energy, means we are providing EP, energy of photon, that is h nu, and it requires, means metallic surface also require a lesser amount of energy, like it require W naught amount of energy to, means as soon as it will get this much amount of this much minimum energy, it will eject the electron. So this minimum amount of energy is called work function. So if this minimum amount of energy is there, since energy is equals to h nu and this is the minimum amount of energy W naught, so it must be equal to h nu naught, means the radiations of minimum amount of energy are having the minimum value of frequency which is required to just eject the electron, and that minimum frequency required to just eject the electron, it is called the threshold frequency. Okay, so the work function or minimum amount of energy, it is equal to h nu naught. Now similarly, since we know E is equals to hc upon lambda, if we require minimum amount of energy, that is work function, and so the minimum wavelength, it will also be, or maximum wavelength, if it is minimum amount of energy, then maximum the radiations of maximum wavelength or the photons of maximum wavelength which are going to emit from the metallic surface, their wavelength will be lambda naught, which is called threshold wavelength. So maximum wavelength of photon with just sufficient energy to eject electron from the metallic surface, that is called the threshold wavelength. Okay, so these are some general terms related to the photoelectric effect. Now since we have discussed that the minimum amount of energy that is required, means suppose I told you that what is work function? Work function is the minimum amount of energy required by the metallic surface to just remove the electron from itself. So what happens if we are providing the energy greater than the required energy, that is work function? What will happen? the excess amount of energy means इसका जितना पार्ट होगा जिससे कि इलेक्ट्रॉन एमिट हो सकते हैं वो तो इलेक्ट्रॉन एमिट हो जाएंगे, और एक्सेस अमाउंट ऑफ एनर्जी है दैट विल गेट कन्वर्टेड इनटू द काइनेटिक एनर्जी ऑफ द इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. So what is the value of kinetic energy? We can say therefore the value of kinetic energy will be equals to energy of photon minus work function. Okay, since the value of kinetic energy is equals to, we know kinetic energy is equals to, let's consider this is equation number 1. Since value of kinetic energy is equals to half mv square, value of energy of photon is equals to h nu, and work function, that is minimum amount of energy, it will be equals to h nu naught. Nu naught here threshold frequency or minimum frequency. So if we will put all these values, let's consider all these equation as equation 2 and put equation 2 in equation 1. On putting values of these equations in equation 1, we will get the value of kinetic energy of photon will be equals to kinetic energy, that means half mv square, it will be equals to h nu minus h nu naught. So from here we can calculate the velocity, the mass, the frequency, anything can be given to us, means all the values can be given to us, all the quantities which are represented over here, the values can be given to us, and it can be asked that calculate the work function. So if work function is asked, then you have to calculate the value of h nu naught, so it may be asked. Okay, so this is the formula. If we will put the value of frequency, since frequency is equals to c upon lambda frequency, so half mv square is equals to hc upon lambda minus hc upon lambda naught. So this is the relation for photoelectric effect in terms of wavelength. So students, this is all about the photoelectric effect.